I met Will when we were in high school. We grew up together. Really started hanging out probably when I was a sophomore. Will was a freshman at Wiley, and we played football together. We hung out. At that point, I don't think either one of us had any kind of relationship at all with the Lord, but we were just doing dumb high school kid stuff, drinking beer and hanging out, and that's about it. Got to know each other later in life. We each got married. Will had a family, I've got a family, and we continued to be friends through that whole time. Back in probably early 2012, 2011, something like that, we decided to start a little business together. We thought we were going to get rich in the oil field business, and
didn't work. We were chasing all the wrong stuff. We were trying to gather work up and try to get our bills paid and every month, but we always found time to buy beer. And that was our main focus. It wasn't our family. It wasn't even each other. It wasn't a business. We all knew each other, but we did not know each other. We had no idea.
This went on for a year and a half or two, and it got to the point where it had so much strain. We're like, we're done. We're not going to do this anymore. We'll split up the business, and we're finished.
Like we were done with business, but we were done with each other.
Will did his thing, I did my thing, and we go on, and it was a few more years until I really hit rock bottom. And in 2016, about to lose my wife and my family, I'd continued on. I didn't learn anything from what we were doing. I just continued to do the same thing, just without Will there by my side.
The only thing we lost in that was each other. We didn't stop anything else. Our vision of what a man should be was the main problem with all this. Being the toughest dude out there that can drink the most beer, that's not what being a man is about. We didn't know that then, but now we know it's serving your wife, serving your friends, just being a father. I look back now and, telling your boy, he knows when you get home that you're going to stop in the garage and get you a beer. He doesn't know that you've already drank an 18-pack that day. Finding the Lord, it was the best slap in the face for me ever, to serve your wife. And, this isn't who you want your son growing up to be. This isn't who you want your daughter marrying.
2016, I had my big change. Found the Lord, turned everything I was doing around, stopped hanging out with those dudes. I'd quit drinking for 2 years probably, and I didn't really. Will and I were just talking a whole lot still at that point. I get a call from Seth, Will's little brother, that Will was going to give his testimony at church one day at Bethel. I ended up going up there and listening to Will, and it was crazy. And it was after I'm like, he just went through the same thing I did, probably a year and a half later. He had the exact same thing in it. And after that, we started reconnecting. Yeah. Back when we, from high school on, neither one of us had a relationship with the Lord, and we had a relationship with each other. But once Will and I each got to know Jesus, our relationship improved.
I think the coolest part to me is, like, through all this transformation is there's a lot of dudes that don't even call me anymore, and I didn't have to get rid of them. When I started changing, they got rid of me, but it's cool that the way the Lord worked in mine and Byron's life is, man, he just brought us right back together. And so when we were running around in this construction business and everything, we basically, all we were doing, we were just being posers. A lot of people didn't know this is how we were acting, because we could clean it up when we needed to, but deep down inside, it was just tearing us apart. And then he goes on boot camp, I go and walk to Emmaus, and we come full circle. And when we were posing, we thought we knew who each other was, and when we found the Lord, we found out really and truly who we are and how important we are to each other's lives.
We're sons, and that's what makes us brothers.